Good morning, everyone. Okay, so wow. Okay, so for the past, I wanted to actually start with a joke, but it's all right. So, oh God. Okay, so for the past classes, last week we started responsiveness. So we actually did a couple of things, but it seems like people are not getting or don't understand what is happening. People don't get responsiveness. I don't know why it seems that difficult, but so today we're actually going to look at it. So let me share my screen. Okay, I believe we can see my screen, right? Can we see my screen? Okay, okay.
Yes.
All right, all right. So this is the task we were given. We're supposed to make this page responsive on tablet view and then on mobile. So the thing is, okay, Magaji actually asked a question that, so you have your screen size on a desktop view, and then you're expecting to see the what you've done for the tablet view on a desktop view. How is that even possible? Why should that even happen? So if you want for a particular, so this is my homepage now. I want to see maybe responsiveness for a tablet view. I have to come to this screen size to actually check it out. And as you can see, it's not even responsive. If I want to see for a small phone, I have to come to this screen size or this other screen size. So you see what's happening here? It's so foggy. So I've done this responsiveness class for this is the third time that we are going through it, and I really want people to understand this thing. So one of the issues I had when I started coding was that I jumped into frameworks early. I just came into an organization and then they just told me go and learn Bootstrap. And believe you me, it was so they've made life so simple for you that you don't even know how to even do a common flex. You just call row and things start happening. You just call column and then they already just position it for you. When you resize your screen, everything just adjusts to your taste and you're feeling like a god, like you're doing something. So frameworks, they are good, but it's best for you to understand how to do it from scratch with your own hand, how to make things responsive on your own. So in this class now, what we are going to do is I'm not going to make this page as perfect as possible, but what we are going to do is we'll complete this page to a bit. You ask your questions based on where you have challenges. Then we handle the responsiveness part so that we understand how this thing works. I really want people to understand. That's why I've been going over it again and again. I want you to understand this before you now move over to Bootstrap. You're actually supposed to do Bootstrap today, but yeah, we're doing this. All right. So this is the page. So let's just do a few things before Yeah, just to get, I'll stop at this point. I'll just stop at this last section here, and then we'll just do the responsiveness part. All right. So this is what I have. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's just confirm. So this is our services. This is our services. All right. So I have, so we understand folder structure now. I have a ready.html. I have an image folder. I have this one. And this is just some crazy addition that just came in. So I'm not using index.html here because this is actually this is supposed to be someone else's work. So I'm just using the folder structure here to actually do that. This is someone's submission basically. So I'm just using the folder structure and then doing this. So don't go and use ready.html when you're doing your own. Always use index.html, except you have multiple pages. That's when you can now do that. So here, let's just shoot from there. Okay, so we have this. So let me start from this point. I'm reloading this page, and then everything is scattered. All right. So this is, which section is this? Let me inspect. So this is help section. So help section now, everything is jammed together. So we need to separate that section first. So this is help section, services, help section. So this is help section. And inside, so a couple of things I did to help myself was, let me just go over this. So I created a container because I don't want things to actually touch the edges of my browser or as I'm doing this page. So if you notice, see this, we have a space here, we have a space here. Okay, so we have a space at both ends. Then if you come over to this section now, we have a space here. We are supposed to also have a space at this point. All right. Okay, so Joy, let me give room for that. What is confusing? Let me know. You, you can speak up, you can unmute yourself and talk. Hello? Enemali Joy. Yeah. Okay, Enemali. Sorry.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Sorry, I
Hello,
pronounced your name wrong. Yeah.
yes, I'm actually in the married, right?
Oh,
And so I
okay.
don't understand. I don't know if it's offending, but this is the first time I'm joining the Zoom class. So I don't really get what they're saying here. That's my question.
Have you gone through the previous classes? Have you watched the videos on YouTube?
No, not yet, sir.
Wow. I don't know how I'll help you now. You need to go through all those videos to get to this point because it's been a journey, and I don't know. Your not understanding will actually drag us back, which is not what this class is meant for. So you need to go back to those classes. All right. So, Magaji, please, I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you, whatever your question is. So let's just shoot from here. So this help section. So I was saying, so I created a container, and this container I gave it a width of 90%. I gave it 0 auto so that top and bottom is not affected. We don't have any, we don't have margins, or we don't have a value for margins at the top and at the bottom. Then auto means that just keep it at the center. All right. So I also created this deflex class so that instead of me having to repeat, oh, deflex, display flex, display flex, I just call deflex on it. Then I created justify content between, and then I have this justify content space between for it. So that's those are just the things that I did so that I will just save myself from some unnecessary stress. All right, so this help section. So we have a container because I don't want it to touch the ends. Then after that, if you notice on the page here, so we have these two sections. We have this part, and then we have this part. Now let me inspect it so that we see. So we have working one, and then we have another working one. So both of they are actually supposed to be, yeah, 45% each of them. But if you notice, there's no space between this. If you check this out now, so we have this space between both of them, and we need that in our own. So this section, okay, let's just follow on. So this working one, what we need to do is our image is actually an issue here. So if I select this is the image. So if I do a width of 100%, so this adjusts my image. If I also do same for this other one, so see what's happening here. So I don't have it overflowing. So oftentimes, what you need to do is you need to make sure that your image has a width of 100% based on that particular section. So this is 45%. I'm saying normally the width of this image will be longer than this. The original, the raw image, it will be longer than this. But when I give it a width of 100%, I'm saying with respect to the 45% container, just fix yourself into this space. All right. So that means I have to now come into my style.css now. And then I have to find so working one. Okay, so this is working one. So I want the images to have a width of 100%. So I need to select the image. So the image tag, and then I give a width of 100%. So I want to, okay, let me just save this. Let's see what it looks like. So this is what it looks like now, but this space is too much. So if I increase this, so working one from a width of 45%, if I do this, 48, I think this is fair. So I'll do that. So the thing is, your basic understanding of flex is what is going to help you. This is 48%. If I come back now, I reload this. So this is a display of flex. So I'm using dflex here. So like I told you, dflex, display of flex, justify content between, it gives this space between both of them. Then I had to make sure that both of them have widths. So this is the same class. So I have a width of 48%. So this divides this section, gives me 48% on this side, and then 48% on this other side. So then I have, so if I come back here now, you see I have a padding of 100%. I mean 100 pixels around it. So 100 pixels removed from this end, 100 pixels from this end, from this end. So it's just my choosing chart. So this section, let me see. So we need to give this color. So let me just do that. So I need this color. And I am confused now. Okay. So I need to select this. So it's the H2. And so let me change this. So instead of, so let me use H2. Uh, let me just give both of them H2 and give this a class. Okay. Random in my head. All right. So here now, so I will just say that's working one. So I'm calling this class, and I am saying let's call. Oh, I've lost something. Call red. I've lost that color now. So I need to copy this again. All right. So this is our home page. So you can go ahead and also the font size is this. So the thing with REM is that I said earlier, I'm more comfortable with pixels than REM. So it's just a preference. So there are people that just use REM. So if you're confused with this, what you can do is you probably have to be calculated if you want to use pixels, or if you don't want to use RAM like their own, or like a page that you're given. What you need to do is maybe you calculate based off this. So 16 16 pixels is equals to 1 RAM. So based on that, you can just do the maths. 1.875 RAM will be what if that. I know some of us don't like maths. That's there. Okay, so we are here. So this is what we have. So I'm going over to this other section now. So this part now, this is a background image. So initially I was trying it out on this front on the HTML section. It could actually work, but then I now decided to do it from as a background image. So so it's quite big. So this is handy section, the handy image. Yeah, Victor is always handy. Okay, so we have this now. I want to increase this to 50%. Let's double percent. All right. So this is this, and I want to reduce my height here from 600 to 500 pixels. All right. So same thing that I did is a matter of flex. So we have this, we have handy section here. So in handy section, we have a container. So that if you see, if you from my screen now, you see that there are spaces at the end. So this, I don't know which color this is. Let me just call it brown. So this brown part are the spaces from the edge. Then when you come over here now, you see that we have a flex. We have a, yeah. So we have a display of flex. And then that display of flex, this first part is 50%. This other part, let me just give it a width of 50% too. All right. So if I come back here now, you see that both of them are evenly, they are shared evenly. So that is that. So that means I need to also, I need to put this style. So if handy image is 50%, so this is handy image. Sorry, let me find this. Yeah, so this is this handy image. So I need to do for handy text. So handy text. I just want to give it a width of, sorry, the width of 50%. So that is there. Then, so this part, this man is okay here. That's why it's even smiling. So, all right. So here now we now have this. We have this space here at the top. And then our fonts, our this is, so I am coming here now. So this is handy text. That means we need to give a margin top. Let me do 100 pixels. Okay, so we have this, and even though it looks small, so let me see, let me inspect this. So we have this, a font size of 3.75. So I need to check what we have here. So I'll change this, because I was saying that we don't need to have, it's not good to have plenty H1s on your page. So let me put this a H4. So handy text H4. That's what I'm going to style now. So I just want to do this. I don't have to lose that again. Handy text H1 and then H4. So we have font size of that. So this is this. And my best, this is in what? Okay, it's in capital letter. So for us to do it in capital letter now, we now have to do text transform uppercase. So this is what we have now. Then What else do I have here? This is a HR, this is a HR. So, so I'm copying this. Since it's happening within handy text, so I'm pasting this and I'm doing HR. I want to give it HR is horizontal row. I'm sure we're aware of that. So I'm giving a height of, let's do 4 pixels, and then color, we just do red for now. Okay. Oh, sorry, it should be background rather than color. Color is the first thing that will come into someone's head. Okay, so I need to do a border of none, sort of. So this is what I have. Let's see. So this is shorter, so I need to give a width of, let's say 60%. It's too tiny. 80%. 90%. Okay. And it's like this is bigger. So let me just check this out. So a height of 9 pixels. Then we have margins. So I'm changing this from 4 pixels to 9 pixels. And then margin. So let me just do margin option or margin. So 30 pixels. Bottom left and right 0. So let's see what it looks like. So this is what we have. All right. So this part now. So the thing is, you have to understand. You have to make what. It's just that me. I'm trying not to be very perfect. I'm trying so that we're able to cover the responsiveness part of this or in this in this session. So when you're doing your own, you actually have to make serious efforts to make sure that what you're submitting or what you're making, so what you're submitting should actually look like what is designed, or what you're implementing should look like the end product. So don't just do any kind of this thing. So if the font size is so, make sure that your own font size is the same thing. If the font family, it's you have to make sure your own is works that same way. So we have this font size. So this is for my paragraph. So I'm doing. Let me open my brackets. But do I already have this? So I'm doing handy text and I'm picking the paragraph. All right. So this is what I have. I believe this is the paragraph. Yeah. So this button now, I need to style it to be like this. Okay, so we have white, we have this. I just need the padding. So 16 pixels top and bottom, left and right 35, I mean 36 pixels. So is it within? So I have this input. So you can also use inputs to do buttons and not buttons alone. Uh, but let me change this. Let's just use button. Oh, I've lost something. To book now. Mm, okay. So handy text button. That's what I'm going to pick now. So this button now. So we said padding. So let's see what the padding is again. I think I have an issue with that. 16 pixels, 36 pixels. Uh, right. So let's see what do we. This is what we are looking like now. So font size. So I think we need this font size too. All right. Then so we need this background color. And then the color is white. Let's see what we are looking like. I know we have one nasty border like that. So this, so they have a border radius. And I don't know what that border radius is. Okay, so let's just, so text transform uppercase. So we need to change it to uppercase too. Text transform uppercase. So let's give it border radius of, I say 10 pixels. And I probably need to remove the border. So border of none. So our own is too rounded. So I need to adjust it a bit. Let's say 6 pixels. All right. So I need to give margin at the top. Margin top of let's just do 30 pixels. So as much as possible, you confirm. I'm not being very thorough here. Let's, yeah. So this is what we have. And my own is still looking a bit awkward, yeah. Probably because I'm not using the same font size. Yeah, but we'll pass. Okay, so this is what we have. This is what is here. Yeah. So then again, this is a background. I think this is a background image. So this is a background image. So you can also put that in your own. I'm just using a background color for now. All right. Then this other section now. So checking this now, we have this our services, and so let me see. This is the next section. So if you see, I'm quite consistent. It's I'm using sections. I'm using sections inside sections. We now have divs inside them, and I'm using my container very well. So so that things don't touch the edges. So there are people that is so I was trying to explain something. So when you do a page, you see this scrollable something at the bottom here. You should not be having it. As much as possible, you should try not to have it. If you see it, you know that something is wrong with your page. So it should actually just be like this. So I need to change this. So let me just do text transform. Uppercase. No, not uppercase. Capitalize. Right. So capitalize makes the first and the first letters of each word. This thing. It makes them capital. So have I missed that? I'm very bad at remembering things. Sorry about that. Services section H3. Okay. So X transform guys. Okay. Okay, so for the scrollable, yeah. So I'm seeing questions about this scrollable thing. So the thing is, as much as possible. So my when I do a section, I have this container. So this container actually defines how a particular section should be. So I'm saying let's have a width of 90%. 90% means that whatever content I'm putting on that page, whatever content has to be within this 90%. So sometimes we have images and then maybe you did not make that image to be 100% and then it's stretching beyond this page. So it's are we safe? So it's stretching beyond the page, and that does not. If you're not, if you don't know where that problem is, you might end up spending a long time to actually to get to that point. So you just need to check out. You need for each section, try as much as possible. Don't just be building. As you're building each section, try and be able to troubleshoot uh, through each section. So when you start with the hero section, ensure very much ensure that that part there's no when you finish with that part there's no scrollable line. I think that will save you the stress of having to do everything on the page, and then you now start seeing, oh, there's a scrollable part, and then you have to go through each section to find out where the problem is. So I think that's basically it for that scrollable section. So I'm trying as much as possible. Let's finish this part. Okay, so this is this. For here now, we have display of flex. So let me just explain this. So we have display of flex. Then this, we have these three boxes, and each of them are like, okay, I didn't set a width for them, so that's why they are just occupying the size of this. So what I can do is, and I just lost it. So service images. So I'm copying this class. Service. So service section. Then I have this. And then I have second set. Now, so here now, if I gave those three, I need, so I'm doing a this, I need three items to be on this section now. What do I do? Since they're on the same line, I need to have a display of flex. Okay, so well, I did a display of flex. Then I'm doing a justify contents between. Now this second set now, I want to give each of them a width. So I want to give each of them a width so that they will be equally different. So let me just do a width of 30% so that they will actually spread out. So this is what we have now. So 30% for each section. So this is second set. And I didn't get it. Service section, service images, second set. Okay. Okay, so my spelling of second set. Okay. Is that even it? Services. Sorry, I'm coming. So services image, services section, services. So always watch for your spellings. I think that's what it's giving me. So services section, services image, and then we have this. So this is what we have here. Now for this, I think this part is okay for our own. This section now. So yeah, people were this part. The way I achieved this is, so this you have is still the display flex thing. So I have an about section. I have a container holding all my contents inside it. So inside my container now, I have a display of flex. Now this display of flex, and okay, sorry about that. Can we see my screen? I mean,
Yes.
Yes, we can.
okay, all right, okay, thank you. Okay, so So what happened is, for this section now, like I was explaining, so I have this display of flex, and then I have this about text. About text is this section, and then about images. So both of them, so this about text has a width of 45%. This other one too has a width of 45%. Now, so this getting here and this part is easy. Yes. So the issue now is this other section. How do we achieve this? Let me confirm something. So we have this, we have this, we have this, we have this. Is that how my own is? Okay. So here now, it's still a display of flex. So I have a display of flex here, which is this. Now inside it, I have about image. So this about image now, I have to give each of them a width. So probably, so if I remove this now, you see it becomes big. So I have to give each of them. So that means this about image, each of them has a width of 45%. So 45%, that means this is 45, I mean 48% rather. 48, 48, up to, yeah, all of them. Now, because I don't want them to be on one line, so look at what it should have looked like. So I didn't want them to be on one line like this. So I had to do a flex wrap. So flex wrap means that, okay, I assume 45%. That means the next one take, I don't know why I'm calling 45%. I assume 48%. The next one takes up 48%. Then since there's no space for the next 48%, that one has to now come down to the bottom. And then the other one follows suit. So if I duplicate this again, that means we'll now have another 48% at this bottom. So it keeps wrapping and going to the next section. All right. So I now did a justify content space between, because if I did not do that, I won't have this space here. So this justify content space between gives a space between each of them. So from that 48%, so 48 plus 48% gives us 96. I never go to school, so pardon me. So 96, and then we now have this. So we now have this space between both of them. All right. You can question me after. I did not go to school. You can still question me after for it. Okay. So we now have this space between both of them. And then I gave this a margin bottom of this of 30, yeah, of 30 pixels. If we want it to balance out, we can actually just reduce that, maybe 20%, so that this space here and this space here is almost the same thing. So this is much better. So I'll reduce this to 20 pixels rather, not percent. Remind me again about image. Where is about image? So this is not doing anything here. It should go off. About image 20 pixels. It looks as if everything is actually divided out properly. Okay, so this is what we have here. So I need to make this a bit bigger and bring it towards this part. So this is what we have. So I'm selecting this. So let's start with this first. So I have a letter spacing of 2 pixels. So letter spacing gives space between each of them. And it seems like I've been talking too much. Please, do we have questions? Yeah, Timileyin.
Okay. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, I have like 2 or 3 questions here to ask.
Yeah,
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 there was
spill
one
it.
place where you could use input field instead of button.
Yeah,
Like honestly, before you use
and
an input
I
field,
changed it.
yeah, okay. Must you use form? Like
Yeah.
must you use the form tag before you use an input field?
Yes, I. That's why I had to change it in that part because we don't have a form here.
Okay, okay, all right.
So
Then
I
my
actually feel that way. You should use it when you have a form. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Then my second question, like,
Okay.
how are you going to know the number of tags? Because sometimes I always feel like maybe the div tag is too like much. Sometimes, like, how am I going to know when
It's
to?
too much, Abby.
Yeah, because yeah, because
Yeah. So
when to stop and just maybe give that
yeah.
div tag.
So
As I want to give it below or so.
oh, you mean the spaces or what?
Yeah, like I'm like, how am I going to know when the div tag is enough? Like when to stop giving, like when to stop creating div tags for a particular element or
So
so.
okay. Okay. So let me answer that. It depends on how you want to make your code work. So there are people that actually believe that, okay, so I'm creating a section. So I'm creating, okay, for me now, what works for me is, okay, I know that this is two distance. So here now, this is a div for me. This other part is a div. Fine. Then if I come inside here now, it is now up to me to now say, okay, so I want another div inside here to hold this image. So I can create another div inside here just for this image. Then I can also, if I choose, it's not really compulsory, but some people, they could just say they just want this to be another div, and then they put their paragraph in it. So it's just dependent on you. What is your preference? So you could, yeah, I know initially when we didn't have section or when we're not using sections, then you get to do div, and then inside div you're doing div and div. So my boss was like, that is just devices. So it's just plenty divs. So that's why I'm mixing it now with, okay, so I have section, and then inside that section I can now have divs inside them. So it's just your preference. How do you want it to be? So that works.
All right.
All right.
Thank you very much. Then that's place that's about section. Can we
Yeah.
that you use flex wrap? Can we use like a flex direction of column, like create row one, row two, or something like that? Then use column direction to do something like flex direction
Yes.
of column to do something like that. So
Yeah, you can actually do that. You can do that. So
then
it
how?
all depends because now when we go over to the responsiveness part now, we now have to make this to fit according to this. So see what is happening here now. This is what is here. And then when we now reduce it smaller now, this is what we have. So
Okay.
that means we still have to fit this up. So that's why I'm trying as much as possible. Let's just finish up this part. Then we start the responsiveness section.
All right. All right.
So
Thank you very much.
yeah, yeah, you're welcome. Okay, and yeah, okay, BC. Let me just take that one. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. My
yeah,
question is that I want to know if I've gotten the concept of responsiveness. So does it mean that when we talk about responsiveness, we are talking about writing CSS code for each is this slide
screen
that will
size.
screen size? So does that mean
Yeah,
that when we are taking like the one we wrote first for the normal web, are we going to put
yes.
that into a screen size, then write for the others? I don't know if you
No, no.
get me. Or that
Yeah,
will
I
just
get
be
what.
The general.
Yeah, that would just be general.
Okay, but
So if yeah,
we are not changing anything in the HTML section.
yes, you're not changing anything there.
Okay, thank you.
It's just your style. Yeah. Okay, Chidogo. Ah,
Okay, good morning, Uncle. Please, my first question is, the the border bottom usually put, I try so hard to use it as border bottom. That red line, I always use rectangle because I'm not able to do it the way you
this
usually.
one,
Yes,
this one.
yes. I hope I hope rectangle is fine. I always, because it's easier for me.
Yeah, a div, Abby. You use a div and then just go on like that, Abby.
Yeah, a rectangle. I put a rectangle in it. I now shape it,
Okay.
resize it.
Yeah. So that can actually work. There are some people that also use pseudo selectors. They do an after and just do this.
Okay.
So my reason for even using HR is because, okay, like I said, part of it is just somebody's submission, and I'm working based off that, so that I don't
Okay.
have to start exactly from scratch and all of that. So
Okay.
the person used HR, so I just had to complete it off with that. Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then my next question is, this container, is it like a universal box that you can have container? I've noticed you can have container in multiple divs and they all
Yes.
function differently.
No, 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 no. They all function the same way.
The same way. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay,
So yeah, so if you come here, you see it. This is see that the space at the end, those that colored part.
okay,
Do you see that? Yeah.
okay,
So if I come to this section now and I inspect here, I check container. Okay, yeah. So yes, okay. So I get a question now, sir. So the thing is, based on that particular section, so if I want a container, it just trims off. It takes 90% and just resizes. So this is where the container is actually inside this part. That's why you're seeing those spaces at those colored parts. So this is 90% is the image. The image from the image to the other end of the image, from the start to the end. That's 90%. Then the spaces at the end, those are that's the remaining 10% shared off. That's 5% each. You get?
okay, okay. Okay, then
Yeah.
final question is the scrollable thing. I know you said it's probably one of my images or sections that must have, spilled over, but honestly, I have checked that thing for more than 24 hours. I couldn't do it and I couldn't see the problem. I have to start a different one altogether. Like I'm starting from the scratch again because I couldn't fix it. It's taking longer than necessary. So is
Yeah.
it something that has some cost? Like, so I would avoid it because when I was coding, I didn't see it until I went to inspection. That is when I noticed it. And it was
Yeah.
it was all over my this thing. I couldn't fix it, no matter how I tried.
Yes. So the thing is, that's why I say just do it in chunks, actually. So do it in chunks so that you notice when you're having a spillover. So if I'm doing this hero section now, I have to look and notice if I have anything scrollable. If anything is scrollable, it's easier for me to debug what it is at that moment. But when you now have 1,000 lines of CSS and all of that, and then you start debugging, sometimes it gets so difficult, like you get lost. So do it bit by bit, yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. So debugging is actually it's something else. CSS can actually do you strong things, yeah. Just have that at the back of your mind. It's not as friendly as that. So I guess that answers your question a bit.
Yes.
I know to an extent.
Well,
All
I'm
right.
starting all over because I couldn't fix it still. So
Yeah. So just take note of that while doing it. Yeah.
Subsequently, yeah,
Okay.
it will help.
Okay. Yeah, it will help you. Yeah. All
Okay.
right.
Good morning, Mr. Ogo. So, I would like I have a number of questions, but to start with, the scrollable bar, the horizontal scrollable bar. So sometimes it comes up in my developers tools, but not when I close developers tools. Like even for the mobile view, like the bar comes up, but then when I close the developers tool, like there's no bar. So what?
So
Um,
you mean
okay.
that? Okay, I'm not even saying it here. Okay, so what you mean is okay when you do like this and then you close
Yes.
this off. So it
Okay.
that
So
means on a small screen size. Okay, yeah, I actually saw my own for a few minutes now. So on a small screen size, that means
yes,
something is
even
actually
the
overflowing.
desktop.
Look at it. Yeah, see it. You see it. So you have that
Yes.
scrollable thing. So it just means that there's something. Look at, see, this is my service image. This is my service name. If I reduce this now,
Oh,
and I need to find see quality. So you see,
oh, okay.
it's not scrolling again. So you need to check it's either a text or an image or something that is overflowing from that point. You
Okay.
get
Then okay. Checking. I've checked and checked. I didn't get it like the other lady said, but maybe I'll check again. Then to images, I noticed for the
okay.
help section, the guy, the help section, the one above this, the one above
Okay.
best quality. I noticed you
Yeah.
for the image, you set
Mm-hmm.
the container, for the desktop view, you set the container of the image to 50%.
Yes.
Then the image itself
Okay.
to 48%. Then the image
Yeah.
itself to 100%.
But
That was what
yeah.
cut short the image to fit into that size.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is
So
48%. You're
okay,
saying occupy 100% of 48%.
or 48.
Don't come
Okay.
out. Yeah. Don't spill out of it. Just
Okay.
stay within this 48%. Yeah.
Okay. But for the what's it called? The 48%, how do you know like the 48% is occupying 48% of what?
Okay. So I have a display of
Like there's
flex.
no specific number. Oh, okay, display of
Yeah.
flex.
Yes, I have display of flex. So I need a space between both of them. So if I do 50%, both of them will be joined together. So I had to make this 48% so that I have that small space between both of them. So that if I do justify content space between, I now have this space between both of them.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
But then for the next image, that's the one on the best quality. You did not use this procedure to fit in the image into the div there. Like you did not set like 48% now, then 100% of 48. You did not do that.
Okay. For which one? This one.
The best section, the guy with the yellow element.
Okay. Yeah. So I have this. I have a width of this 50%. That's this.
For the
This
container
part.
of the image.
Yes, for the container. But like I said, it's a background. So it's coming from behind now. And then I'm using a height of 500 pixels. So that height now constrains it a bit. So when I have to use that 100% is when I'm putting it on my HTML.
Oh,
So when you're putting it on the HTML, yeah, you now have to do that 100% thing. But when it's a background image, you can just use contain or height and all of that just to set it up. Yes.
That's why it's different. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so next, sorry. What's the
Yeah.
specific zoom level we should have our browser on when we're working? Because I noticed my zoom level was not at 100%. So when I changed it to 100%, a lot of things were different from the page I was trying to clone. Like, what's the zoom
Yeah.
level?
It should be 100%.
It should be 100.
Yeah.
Okay. Then about images again, the SVG image, when I was working with it, it was way too big. So fitting it into the small red circle for if you scroll, yes, into this red circle, like it was almost impossible for me. It had to it cut short the tools, the screwdriver, the electric wire, and the brush. So how fitting the big SVG, because I really don't
Did you use
understand.
a height? Did you give it height? Height and
The
width?
SVG itself,
Yes.
yes, it had the height of 40 pixels on the code, on the SVG code itself. Had that height.
Okay. So it's probably you probably have to have your icon box or this. Yeah. So this is I have a div and I called it icon box and I gave it height and width. That's what is like holding this place, and then the image is actually just inside it. So probably that should have constrained it.
I'm afraid it did not in my case. I gave the red circle a height and width specification, but
Okay.
the SVG image, I mean the white brush, the wire, and the screwdriver, it was extending out, and I just had to maneuver, and like it was a big issue for me because it was way too big at first, then it was too small to fit into the red circle. But then so it's
Okay.
like this is this is magic when I saw this on your screen.
Okay. So I don't know. Different people have this is an SVG. Yeah.
47%
So
pixels.
yeah. So it's still that same thing. I think it's still the same thing about height. About width. Let me check something. Yeah. Width of 100. You can still try that width thing. Yeah. So if you're putting it in an image tag, give it a width of 100%, and then let's see if it resizes accordingly. I don't know if you get what I mean.
You mean I should give the image element itself
Yes,
the width of
yes,
100%?
yes. So that with respect to your circle now, it's now kind of contains it. Then ensure that you
Okay.
also give it padding and all of that, so that yeah, you try and
Yeah,
center
I
it.
gave it. I gave it padding. Okay, I'll do that. I'll put the 100% specification to the icon inside the container of the red circle.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so I think for now, I'll hold off. Thank you.
All right. All right. Ha. Olani.
Hello, Onye Code, sir. Good morning, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Sir, my question is very, very, very sensitive, sir. Sir,
Okay.
if we want to build a web page, are we going to be given a web address or the UI UX designer will design one?
So logically, the UI UX person should actually give you a design on
Okay,
Figma.
sir. Okay,
But
sir.
with respect, with finding yourself in Nigeria, sometimes you might have to you might have to go out your own way. I know there are a couple of times I just have to come up with design from my head and just start something. So depending
Okay,
on
sir.
what the circumstance is, yeah.
Okay, so, and it leads to this second question, sir. Um, Assuming because from what you've been doing since, I think you are checking from the elements in the web page to
Yeah.
adjust some things. So now I just want to ask, if you are given the web page to design from a UI or UX, so this font, the font types, the font size, all those things, how do we get these things, the exact font that we'll be needing, or we should just get something very similar to it, sir?
Okay. So when you have a design on Figma, the thing is you actually see different styles on it. You see, I think on the right side you see the styles for it. So you get to see the fonts, the font family, the font size, and all of that, and you can use that in your work. So oftentimes that is there. And then for the fonts, you probably have, if it's not, oftentimes you have to go to Google Fonts to get that particular font to use in your work too. So that is what happens with the font.
All right, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. Suleiman Magaji. No, your microphone is usually low. Try and talk audibly, Sha. Yeah.
Okay, good morning, Ugo.
Yeah, morning. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you can hear me very well.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, mine, I have done my design and everything. I finished the coding, but the problem I noticed was like I didn't get the question very well. I just designed for the tablet version, then I now did for the mobile version. I've tested it on the mobile, it's fine, and the tablet is also fine. But I did not do for the general, which is what I just noticed now. So I don't know if that's okay for submission or I have to do for the general as well.
For the general, no, you don't have. So far as it's general, that means it's okay. So where you do media queries is when you have to resize for.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, when you resize, that's when you now have to do that
The
media
media
queries.
query. Okay, so
Yeah.
what I'm saying is I just went to the nice pages. I set it on tablet. So I used the tablet to do the design first.
Oh.
Then I now
Oh.
did the mobile. I don't know if you understand.
Oh. Okay. Ah. Ouch.
So
I
probably
that's an issue. So it's
okay,
actually
okay, no problem.
you should actually have done like this and then do this and then do
Then do
this.
for the tablet and for the mobile. But no
Yeah.
problem, sha. I just spotted it now, so I'm already trying to do the general. Although I know when I do the general, my HTML is going to change a little bit. So, but just for some particular sections, then I have to like do the responsiveness for the other two.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay, no problem. I just wanted to be sure so that I don't submit what's wrong. So now I'm going to correct it.
Yeah. Yeah, just do that. Okay, please let's just hold off on the question. You can just type it in the chat. I will see it and go through it. And if I don't answer it, maybe one of the mentors will actually get to answer it. Let's just finish up this. And I want us to do the responsiveness part. That's the most important part for me, sir. All right. Yeah, the desktop view, general, that's the desktop view. All right. So please, let's just go back to code now. Okay, so what do we have? So this is, so I need to do this. Okay, I was in this about us section. And okay, that's not what I was meant to do. Okay, let me just keep that text up. Okay, so what do we have here? So I was saying here, so we have H6. So H6, we have this letter spacing, we now have this X transform uppercase. So we need to make this. If I could decide to also give this, let me get this about text. And about text, about, all right. Debugging is the crazy part, so let's just gear up. So I want to give a padding. Let's start with padding first. So a padding of both sides, let's just say about 40 pixels, top and bottom, 0 pixels, left and right. No, top and bottom. Let's just do 40 pixels for now. Then we need so I'm picking this again. So let me check this about text. So we have H5, H2, H1. And sorry, let me change this. Probably H3. Okay, so this is H5. So about text H5. Okay, so I need text transform of uppercase. Okay, then I need letter spacing of 2 pixels. So this is what I have now. Let's see. I could actually have made this more. Okay. So the next thing is, let's go back. So this plumbing services. So this is one word. So it has a font size of this. So what do I have here? H2. Okay. So I want to join these two things together. And just separate it with a break. I hope that's how breaks are even written. So. Let me see what it's like. All right. So here now, so that's H2, right? So let me just open this and do this. So H2. Okay, so this is what I have. And then I think we need capitalize, text transform, capitalize. Okay. So this is what I have. You can actually make your own better, but I'll just leave it like this for now. So if you want this, this is 45, this is 45. So this is about text. Let me do margin left of 100. And it's too much. So margin left of 50 pixels. So I can just have this. So that's this. All right. So this down this lower part, let's just rush up this. So here now we have padding of, let me just say maybe 100 pixels. Okay. So what's the name? To do section. So let me do padding 100 pixels. Okay. So I have this now. And then here now, what do I have? So this is bold. So I think I need a width here. So so let me just do. So here, so this is font text. So I think I prefer having. So let me just do the method I've been doing since. So I just use a container. Then inside the container now, I now have this. All right. I think I still need another div, but I want to give it a width. So yeah, I need that. Okay, I'll look into that. Okay. Did I actually do that? Okay. All right. Thanks for noticing that. So bottom section. So this bottom section now, I want to give it a width. So I can just get this to be more specific. I think I need a space here. And I've missed my full stop, my period. All right, so here now, I want a width of 60%. And I just want to use the old-fashioned way, margin 0 or 2. So this puts it at the center. And it looks like this is so bottom section. This is what we have. Let's look at this. And so let me just make it 90 or, or 80. And it's still squished. This width is not even affecting it. Okay. 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 Okay, so I think I need to remove this for now first. Let me know where my issue is coming from. So bottom section. So let me confirm. So bottom text should not. Okay, so how does it look like I already have? Okay, sorry about that. Oh, top and bottom, left and right, sorry. So bottom section. Okay, okay. Okay, sorry, I am seeing that I'm taking too long. So please let's just do something else. I can't finish everything here, so but let's just do this responsiveness thing. All right, so let's just start from the tablet view. So if I'm looking at this now, and I didn't take note of time. So for us to use media queries, we need to use the at media. So we need to set either a maximum or minimum width. So a minimum width of okay. So a minimum width of this 768. You can just set it at 769 pixels. All right. So now within this section, now we now have to go through everything that we have. So this is what my one is looking like. And then let's check. I know this is actually longer. So let me start from this top part. Well, so I need to be comparing. So the first thing I've noticed here now is this text. Uh, I have it. Okay, hero text. So hero text actually is taking up a lot of space. So I need to. That means so for me to resize this now, I need to get this. I need to get hero text, and then I need to bring it into this. Since this is the screen size that we are taking for now, I need to reduce the padding top since it doesn't conform. It's not. It doesn't align with what we have. So let me just take 100 pixels for now. Okay, so this is what we have. So this is what we have. So it's fair, but you can actually fit your own accordingly to make it okay. So coming down here now. Sorry, I will get to questions after now. So this services now, we don't have this padding button here. So this is services. Services does not have this thing. So I need to give it a padding button also. Yeah. I should have actually done that in the general listen. So padding button. So this is what we have now. So there's that. So coming to this section now. So remember I told us that this is, so we have this display of flex. So this section now. So what we need to do is to change the flex direction. If we check here now, this is how it's showing. So we need to change the flex direction. Flex direction. So this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. So it's changing this flex direction now. So what I would do is I would have said, let me go all custom. I would have said, let me go all custom, but I think I just need to make this snappy. So I will just go the old fashioned way. So yeah, so this now. So I'm just giving a random name. So or alternatively, let me just do this. Okay. Help section specs. So X direction column. Okay. let's see what we have. So this is what we have now. So with this now, I need to make this working one to be 100% instead of this. So if this is 100%, you see it now fills up this place, similar to what we have here now. So I need to get this. So I come back here now. So I'm giving it a width of 100%. Yeah. So when I come back here, I didn't get that the working one. So okay, sorry. Help section flex dot working one. Okay. So this is what we have now. So we don't have this space here now. So I need to do for the paragraph, just give it a margin bottom. So you just check what works. So this is what we have. So I come back to this section. So for here now, you see that it's almost the same thing. So no need to change that. This other side too. So we have this. Let's just see. So I think it seems like our padding service section. Why did I even do this services section? Top and bottom, left and right, 0. Okay, so this is what we have here. This is what is here. So we don't really need to effect much change here. So we come down to this side now. Look at what's happening here. So this is at the top. These ones are below. So we need to do a flex direction. So here now we have deflex. So we need to do a flex direction of column. And that was why I wanted to do a custom distance so that I don't have to be repeating myself. So let me just change this to flex column. It's still the same. Flex. So it's a custom class, but I'm replacing it with, it's just like deflex. So it just means that for that section, this is what will happen. So let me put this here first. Our services. So here, let's go. Ouch. What did I even do? Yes. So let's see what we have. So this is what we have. And remember, it still has a width, so it's still boxed up in a particular direction. So we want to change this. So what do we do? So since both of them, I think we need both of them. So I'll just do, I copied both of them. And I want to change the width of both of them. I do a width of 100%, did it cover it? Okay, I now remember. I made a mistake, so I did it. Yeah. So this break tag that I did here actually is not going to work for us. So. Okay. So about text. I thought I did this. Okay. Okay, sorry. But I had fixed that too. But about us, about text. So this is what we have now. So for this part now, about images. Okay. So we also need 100% for it. So this is what we have. I know this part I've not really done anything, but it's almost the same distance. So we've done 4, and we have an issue here. Okay. So yes, I'm supposed to change something here. So I don't have this again. So I could just do, so this help section. So this is the help section. I changed this earlier. So I could just do help section dot working one. So removing this. So that means in this part, this just happens. Ouch. And I also have to do same for here too. Okay, so this is what we have here. And something is overflowing. Okay. Okay, so let's just go over to this, the smaller screen size now. So I'm going to do 426. So let's just do 426 pixels. Okay. So for 426 pixels, this is what's happening. I think this is, yeah. So coming here now, and I resize like this. So everything is on one line, one line, one line. So first things first, I need to reduce the font size of this. This is 2.25. Hero text H3. So here now, I start from the beginning, hero text H3. I reduce the font size 2.25. If it's smaller now, then I also do same for this. 3.6. Uh, 3.6 area. So I'm not being that what do they call it? Okay. So I'm just going from top to bottom. So on this screen size, if you notice, they don't have those icons, so we need to remove them. And see how ugly they are. So hero images. Let me check something. Display of none. Yeah. So hero section, hero images. So please let's just bear this. Just probably in the next 5 to 10 minutes. So hero images, we want a display of none. So we don't want this to show 20 questions, and then I was busy attending to all the questions, and none at time was going. All right. So we don't have this here now. Then this is our image actually. So we have a background position of this. So if you notice, that hero section, yeah. The hero section is my so this is what is happening. I think I need a longer height, so I'll just give it a height of 130 VH. Okay. So it's actually this adjustment that's in this. Okay. So I think this section is a bit fair. So this is where we have a bit of a problem. So this padding help section. So we just need a padding for the top and bottom. So I'll just do so padding 100 pixel up and bottom, left and right 0. So this is what I have here now, but we still have this space here. So I need to continue reducing. Okay. So if I come here now, so this is fair. So here now, this other one has to now change direction. So if we come here, so we have deflex. So recall that we had this class of flex column. So we now have to add this flex column here in this handy section. So handy section. So this just deflex. Now we now have this flex column, and we will run into problems now. Okay, but I have a reason for doing that. So the other one we had flex column, and we don't want it on the tablet view to have flex column. So I have to put this SM here so that it just knows that it's within this range. That's where it does this column thing. And I never get to do justice to this. So this is what we have. So I need to I need handy section, handy image, and the other part. They now need to be 100%. I need to make them 100%. So handy. Yeah. So that's the thing. When you understand media queries, you can just create some. That's what Bootstrap is kind of built on. Uh, Sorry, let me confirm something. Handy image, handy text. I want a width of 100%. I'm sorry that this class is dragging. I'll soon round up, please. All right, yeah. Okay. I'm sure somebody's looking at this. Okay. So this is what we have now. So a width of 100% brings this way and brings this one this way. So do we have, for this handy section now, so handy section, does it have, kind of, it doesn't have padding at the top and at the bottom. So I know I'm actually reinventing, just doing, I need a padding. Let me just do 30 pixels, top and bottom, left and right, 0. So for handy section, so that we just have this at the top. All right. So here now, so we have one per line. So this is deflex. So we need to do that. So come in here now. So remember I added this. So this is just so that it shows on a phone screen size. Flex column is so that it shows on a tablet view. So here now we now have this. Sorry, let me confirm. So it's our services. So we have 3. And if we check this now, we have 1 per line. So we now have to do services, deflex, and then I now have to add this here. I think I need this. Okay. So let's just see. So this is what we have now. But what we need is to make it 100%. So that it's not 30%. So 30% is just here. So we need to now come here. So a width of 100%. And that's what happened. You didn't capture that one. Okay, I bet it did. So let me give a margin bottom too. Probably 30 pixels. So this happens. All right. Okay. So this, so I think there's something that is not allowing us to go smoothly. Okay, so here now, let's see this lower part now, this plumbing services. So we want these images now to now be on one line. So what do we do? So I'm here. Okay, this is it. Ah, so I need to remove this margin left because I think it's altering something there. So on a small screen size, we don't want that. So we'll say margin left 0, so that it's not jutting out. So we have this. Then for this section now, we want this to actually be on one line each. So we have a deflex here. So what we want to do is a flex direction of column, because like I told you, flex is usually row. So here now, this is where we are. So I'm going to put flex, small screen, and then column. All right, so this is what we have. But we now want it to be 100% each. So we now have to select this. Okay. Yeah. So this is what we want to increase. So we want to increase the box holding there. So here, I want to give it a width of 100%. And that did not work. About us, about images. Let me check on. Yeah, I'm sure my spelling was off. All right. So this is what we have now. So I think I want to just fix one more thing, and just that's all. So this image, you need to use background position to actually fix it up. So let me go back to this tablet view. I noticed, is it still scrolling? Yeah, I think this is fine. So for small screen now, we have this. You just need to change the font size so that it actually aligns with what is already here on a smaller screen. So I think that's basically it. That's just it. I give it here. So I think that's where we'll, yeah. So that's where we'll stop for now. Any other question can ask on Slack and all of that. Wait, sorry. Okay. Let's Timilaine. I hope it's something we can answer fast. Yeah. Shoot, your question. Yeah. Timilaine. Hello? Best, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Please, can we
Okay.
redo and submit later?
What do you mean
I
by
saw I did
redo?
no, I saw I did no sense. I wanted to redo my stuff again and submit later today, please.
Sorry.
Ah,
Okay.
I don't. I don't. That is. I don't know, Sha. I don't know what to
Yours
answer
for
in that part
today.
because it's long overdue, Sha. I don't know if you can do the magic.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Timileyin.
Yeah, sorry. My question is like, do we have to do the media query for the 5 breakpoints, like for all of them?
You saw I only did for 2 here, so
And
it's just depends. I did for only 2. So if you want to actually, if you want to go more than 2 breakpoints, you can, depending on what your design requires.
because I wanted to know if there's like a standard. That's what I was like if maybe there's a standard for it.
It's a standard. Well, okay. Well, I would say there's really a standard. Oh, well, these are the basic. So there's tablets, there's mobile. So these are like, yeah, you should actually have these ones. Then
Then
depending, you could do for laptops and then desktops. Yeah.
then I
So you
noticed
could
that
just reach, yeah, okay.
sorry. Then I noticed that when I did mine, like if I do for tab and I do for mobile, when I come back, the mobile will be affected. I'll start seeing white space at the right hand side of the mobile when I do the mobile. Then when I correct the mobile and I go back to the tab, I'll start seeing like maybe it's too big or something. So I don't know why it's one is affecting one. And I even tried putting the tab first before the mobile, so so still the same issue. So I don't like know what the issue is.
Okay, so there's actually a flow to this. So it's either you're coming your from laptop to tablet and then the mobile view, or you're going from mobile first to the laptop view. So whichever way you're actually following, um, so it's either of two things. It's either your classes, it's even your classes. It's just the breakpoint. There's either something that you're not doing right. There's definitely something you're not doing right that will make it to affect the smaller screen and then the so it's either your range, it's either you're not doing the correct range or something, but probably something that I need to look into and then see what you're actually doing. That's from
Okay.
this standpoint, it's
All right, thank you. Then, but is it right to have
yeah,
like
it's
white
up
space
for
at the right hand side of your this thing? Like,
uh well from my own, do I have white spaces?
okay.
If I don't have white spaces, then maybe you know that it's not right to have white spaces. Or if I don't know your
I
definition of
think
white
in the
space.
tablet phone I saw space like at that picture place. The
Okay,
tablet view.
okay. This one,
Yeah, I think at that the tablet view, I saw white space at the right hand side of not this place. I think yes, of this picture, the one up.
this, which one?
Okay. I think okay. Sorry, I thought it was this. I was seeing white space there before. I guess it's not there again.
Yeah. So is this one that you basically just this is what you have to work on. So I guess that answers your question.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah. Kenneth.
Uh, Good morning.
Yeah, morning.
Okay, my own is more of an appeal. I'm not done with my assignment. I haven't done something like this before. The whole. I want to appeal. Do we should have a window for submission, please, at least for today?
Okay. Okay. I think IK will answer that. IK will be the best person to answer that. Okay. I
Okay,
think there
let me
was
let me
yeah.
answer. Good morning, everyone. Okay, yeah, it's still morning. So, okay, I think yeah, just like Gochku said, the assignment it's long overdue. Okay, and I'm trying as much as possible to, like I said earlier on, not to have a lot of stages to manage. So I'm going to say that you have to the end of today to submit, else don't even bother. Thank you very much.
Okay. And there was a Rachel. Rachel wanted to ask a question. Okay, that's yeah. So that's fine. Um, I think that's all the questions that we have, right?
Yeah, Babalola, you have a question. His hand is up.
Sorry, it's a mistake, Jerry. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, thank you very much everyone for your time. Olochukwu, thank you for the class. Okay. So guys, go back to your assignments. You have to the end of today to submit it. Okay, so we can all move on to something very much more interesting. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day.
Thank you very